WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. An ongoing dispute at the Mississippi Capitol over who's in charge of CARES Act funds seems to be paused. Governor Reeves and legislative leadership are currently working out how to use the funds. Mississippi received $1.25 billion from the CARES Act. A bill last Friday gave the legislature control of the funds. That bill has now been put on hold until an agreement is reached with the governor's office. During his press conference today, Reeves says the legislature will be in charge of the federal funds, but he will have a seat at the table deciding how the funds will be spent.
We know who needs this money. I believe that the three of us and the leaders in the House and the Senate can work together to craft a solution to get the money to the people who need it.
Reeves also discussed stage 2 of reopening the state in his press conference there today. House Speaker Philip Gunn and Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann joined Governor Reeves at his press conference this afternoon. Gunn says all three agree the top priority is helping small businesses.
While we may be holding that bill, we're not holding our work. Right now there's a committee meeting going on workforce development. We've been inundated with calls about people not being able to get their money. We're also going to hold hearings today and tomorrow working on legislation to transfer $100 million to small struggling businesses in Mississippi.
The main concern for us right now is to set up relief for our small businesses. In our conversation yesterday, I think all three of us agreed that was #1 priority.
Legislators hope to unveil their plan next week to get that $100 million out to small businesses. Today is the first time in more than a month that customers are allowed to eat inside a restaurant. Governor Tate Reeves announced earlier this week restaurants can operate at 50% capacity. Our Quentin Smith visits a few eateries to see how things were going the first day. He joins us live in Starkville with more.
Yes, Scott, I'm here outside Obie's, and all throughout the day, dozens of people have been coming through these doors to dine in. Workers tell me they've been cleaning and implementing safety measures to ensure customers feel safe and comfortable while inside. The owner tells me this is just day one, but he expects more people to continue filing inside as we continue to progress.
It's another busy day at Obie's in Starkville, but instead of only doing curbside orders, they're now serving customers who want to dine in, like Anderson Chriselle, who couldn't wait to come eat at his favorite restaurant.
I was not skeptical at all. I was excited to be able to come out and enjoy my food in a restaurant, you know, sit with my friend.
I got a shrimp po' boy and a chili and cheese spud.
LaCorey Hammond joined Chriselle for the meal. The two say they missed being able to dine inside of a restaurant, and they're definitely taking in more than just their food.
Just being able to come in and sit down with friends and be able to eat and talk, you know, at a table with friends.
I mean, it's been great, just like it used to be before quarantine.
My kitchen, the first couple of orders they did, they made to go for here orders to go, just because that's all they've been doing the last 8 weeks. So having to get them used to it again.
Restaurant owner A.R. Spencer says they were ready to see and serve their customers on the inside. While they saw a slim but steady flow of patrons on the first day, he expects the crowd to soon grow even bigger.
When we opened the doors at 10:30, we did have a group or two that were ready to come on in. So I think some people are just finally ready to get out of the house, you know, after being cooped up for the last 8 weeks.
Also happy to have customers back inside is 1883 Steakhouse.
Oh, we need the cash flow. I mean, we're all small business. We're not a big corporation like Sonic or Wendy's. You know, we're mom and pop, so we need all we can get.
Owner Mark Welch says the turnout on the first day was better than he imagined. The steakhouse, just like many other restaurants, have implemented new safety measures such as moving tables 6 feet apart and requiring employees to now wear face masks.
Now we're taking the emphasis for everybody to get sanitized before they come in the building. As you can see from the stuff on the front door, we have some questions we ask our customers now. So that's a different thing, but that's a good thing. We can relate to the customer and we can laugh, and it's good to see our customers again.
Although restaurants can allow customers to start dining in today, many chose not to do so. Instead, they say they're going to wait until next week before opening up. Both Obie's and 1883 Steakhouse will continue to have the curbside option available for those who want to use that option. We're live in Starkville. Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
Also in downtown Starkville, lunch was on the house for some special folks at one place. Starkville Cafe was showing its appreciation for those on the front lines. The staff cooked up a special lunch for Starkville and Tibahaw County first responders. Owner John Peoples says this is their way of thanking them for all of their hard work.
These men and women do a phenomenal job year-round, in or out of the pandemic, you know, and the COVID-19. These people just do a phenomenal job, and we just wanted to express a thanks from Main Street and just buy everybody a fish lunch. I mean, who doesn't like a good catfish lunch?
Clark Beverage Group also helped with the free lunch by giving away free drinks to the responders, and catfish is pretty good. All right, well, just because things are opening up doesn't mean that it's time to let up on precautions. In fact, more exposure to people usually means more germs. So stepping things up is a pretty good idea. Our Bobby Martinez gives us a little bit of a refresher.
According to the CDC, using disinfectant sprays can play a pivotal role in help eliminating the coronavirus. So it is very important that you are following each instruction provided. And if you need tips in doing so, here's how.
Grab your rag and your disinfectant spray. It is time to clean, but before you begin, read the instructions on the back of the bottle. Elena Lester, associate professor for the nursing program at the Mississippi University for Women, says a common mistake people make when applying disinfectant is skipping steps.
I think usually is allowing it time to dry is probably the most step that's missed. Generally, and also soaking the surface, whether it's an aerosol or a wipe, you still generally have to get enough wipes to soak the surface itself and get it a good wet texture on top. Once it's soaked, then you have to let it sit there.
Many disinfectant sprays are made for specific cleaning purposes. Hamp Holly, head of commercial cleaning at Service Master Restore in Starkville, says it is important that people know the product before using.
Knowing what chemical you're using, is it an EPA certified disinfectant, or dwell times and stuff like that, is all such important things to learn and to know before trying to disinfect your place of business, your home, or anything like that.
And with the new COVID-19 guidelines here in Mississippi, the amounts of people allowed to gather in one place has increased from 10 to 20. So Holly offers some safety tips.
Always focus on washing your hands. That's a big one. Regardless if you got people coming in or out. Know who's coming in and out. They've been sick. Ask them before they come in. Have some disinfectant when they leave. Of course, everything that they've touched that you know of.
So it is very important that you follow each instruction provided on the back of these disinfectant bottles to make sure that each disinfectant is working to the best of its ability and to make sure that your home is as clean and as safe as possible. Bobby Martinez, WCBI News.
Local stores are constantly restocking cleaning supplies, and some cleaning companies are even selling supplies direct to customers. Well, the Mississippi Department of Health reports 262 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total to over 8,600 cases. Over 1,000 of those cases are in long-term care facilities. 22 new deaths are also being reported today. 9 of those are from death certificate investigations. Statewide, there have been 396 coronavirus deaths. Most of those deaths are in the 70 to 79 age range. Over 80,000 Mississippians have been tested for the virus.
We've had a great Thursday going. Weather-wise today, temperatures topping out in the lower 70s. We are still around 70 right now. The wind is more or less light or calm. We do have some increasing high clouds coming on in from the west. We can see it right now with our visible satellite. The clouds coming on in. There's a little bit of moisture in those clouds. I think that moisture will stay up in the clouds. Can't rule out a sprinkle this evening, but we'll have a better opportunity for some rain by sunrise, along with some thunder. Quiet weather this evening, though, so if you're going to be out and about, it should be pretty good. Lows tonight will be down into the 50s. Now, here's our Friday planner. Rain chances ramp up as we go throughout the morning, and then they'll taper back off in the afternoon. It will become windy. We may experience some wind gusts over 30 miles per hour tomorrow, and highs will be in the upper 60s. We'll clear that system out, and that will give us a great weekend. We'll talk about that coming up.
The man accused of killing a Tupelo teen is now charged with first-degree murder. 20-year-old Jaquez Calver was charged this morning during initial appearance in Tupelo Municipal Court. The deadly shooting happened just before 9 Tuesday night on North Broadway, that is, in Tupelo. Drayshawn Williams, 18, was pronounced dead at North Mississippi Medical Center. Witnesses say that Williams was in an argument with several men and was shot as he was walking away. Williams was set to graduate from Tupelo High yesterday. Calvert is being held without bond. 2 drivers are injured after a 2-car crash near Steens today. The impact sent a white Cadillac into a ditch. State troopers say that a Nissan Pathfinder was attempting to cross Highway 12 from Sanders Mill Road when it collided with the car. The crash happened near the Old Country Store. Both drivers were taken to Baptist Golden Triangle. The extent of their injuries is unknown. Right now, the Mississippi Highway Patrol continues to investigate that crash. It's not exactly loaves and fishes, but an area church is feeding its neighbors. So we take a look when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. A Noxubee County church is going outside its walls to help the community. Second Baptist Church in Brooksville is serving up grab-and-go meals. Pastor Roderick Chandler says the sack lunches are for students in grades K through 12, but anyone who needs a meal will be provided one. The church has been at it all week. Members have provided around 100 meals a day.
Everybody knows that Brooksville is a very, very small community, and the schools have did all they could, so I felt like it was time for the church to do something. And with this church being right in the center of the community, I decided that with my leadership and my ministry that we have going on, we could try to reach others by giving back to the community.
Lunch will be available again tomorrow from 10:45 until noon. That little guy there, he looks like he might have just woke up. All right, the National Day of Prayer. It was observed in front of Tupelo City Hall and broadcast live on social media today. The city organized the service, which usually has a large crowd as well as musicians, but this year the event was scaled down because of coronavirus precautions, but prayers were offered for the city, state, and the nation.
Getting the ugly comments, the negativity, that's part of the job of being in political office. But, you know, the people that say, hey, we're praying for you, we're praying for the city, that means the world, and it works. You know, the power of prayer works.
I'm high and happy and peacock proud and giraffe great to see the mayor today on his outlook on having national prayer. And I'm just overwhelmed on how he would call different the nationalities to come together and pray together.
The National Day of Prayer is held the first Thursday in May. It was created in 1952 by a joint resolution of the U.S. Congress. All right, we're going to send things back over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, a beautiful day out there today.
Stunning weather for folks gathering out there in Tupelo, everywhere else. Now tomorrow, hold on to your hats. We're going to do it again. More wind. We have a wind advisory for the entire area. We may see some wind gusts between 30 and 40, so it will be breezy tomorrow, but the weekend's looking great. More on that next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Let's talk about the upcoming weekend. First, we have to get through Friday. It will be unsettled clouds in the region. There will be some rain showers, some thunder out there. We don't expect any severe weather, but there could be some good downpours on our Friday. That system goes away, and look at that blue sky for Saturday, 66, sunny and cool, well below average. Also for Sunday, your Mother's Day. Wow, the moms will be excited about this. Still sunny, low 70s, much like today. Now, record lows are possible this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. The old records range from the upper 30s to low 40s. We are going to be in that ballpark here, it would appear. This is just one solution, one forecast model Saturday morning. Mid-30s to low 40s as we roll on into Sunday. Same story here. So we suspect there will be some records set in the region. There may actually be some frost in parts of the region as well. But you know what? Let's just take it as it comes. We'll get through it, and temperatures will be warming up after the weekend, back to where we should be for May by the end of next week. Right now, we have our Alpha Insurance Camera Network looking back to the west primarily, and you can see some of those clouds drifting on in. There are some showers here in these clouds in Arkansas. Can't rule out a sprinkle this evening, but more or less dry here. Bigger storms erupting in Oklahoma. Those storms will get going later on this evening and tonight. Look at this with Futurecast and really produce a storm complex that will come through Arkansas. Now, as it moves our way, it's going to be entering some stable air. It's going to be weakening, so there may be some thunder and lightning tomorrow morning and some downpours. We don't expect there's going to be any strong or severe weather. Continuing rain chances through midday into the afternoon, and then the front will move on through. The wind becomes northwesterly. It's going to be very gusty. We'll clear the system out by late tomorrow afternoon, and we should be home free for a while. But rain chances here anywhere from about 1/3 of an inch to maybe over 1 to 1.5 inches of moisture. Now, if you are concerned about that severe weather threat tomorrow, really don't be so much here. Down to our southwest, that's where it's favored, southwest of Jackson. Rain opportunities will be maximized Friday, and then we are bone dry through next Thursday. Some great weather coming our way after tomorrow's rain. So for tonight, we're looking at low to mid 50s, much warmer than last night. Mainly cloudy later on, and there will be some rain opportunities very late tonight. Tomorrow, as we mentioned, upper 60s. A good chance for some showers and thunderstorms around the region. And then once that system goes away, look at this, high pressure builds in for Saturday. And also for our Sunday, there will be another front that will move through Sunday. It's going to move through dry. We don't have to worry about that. And speaking of dry, let's check it out with your AccuWeather 70 forecast. So some rain and thunder tomorrow, 68, 66 Saturday, 73 Sunday. Cool nights, great days here. And then we're dry basically all of next week, at least through Thursday. And temperatures will be warming back up, 81 Wednesday, 86 on Thursday.
We like to see. Thanks so much, Keith. Well, the NFL won't have a need for any passports this season. More on those changes to the league when we come back.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Mississippi State men's basketball continues to plan for the upcoming season. That all starts with the schedule. Per MSU Athletics, the Bulldogs are set to compete in the Holidays Hoops Giving Tournament in Atlanta. The tourney takes place on November 27th and December 12th. Ben Howland's squad will play the December 12th day, a Saturday, against the Dayton Flyers. And the Bulldogs are one of 5 SEC teams to compete in the holiday tournament. The December quadruple header also features Auburn versus Memphis, Alabama versus Clemson, and LSU versus South Florida. The tournament kicks off on that November 27th date with a matchup between Kentucky and Georgia Tech. Broadcast schedules for these games will be released at a later time. In JUCO news, East Mississippi Community College announcing that cheer and mascot tryouts will be conducted virtually. Tryouts will run from May 8th through 5 p.m. on May 15th. And anyone interested in trying out should send a video submission to cheerleading head coach Laura Posey at lposey@eastms.com. For cheer tryouts, video submissions should include challenging standing skills, running, tumbling passes, and advanced stunts. For mascots, video submissions can include video from past sports seasons or an at-home skit. More information on tryout guidelines can be found on EMCC Athletics website. That's www.emccathletics.com. Fans are ready for live sports to start up again, even if games are closed to the public. In a survey conducted by ESPN with 1,000 people, 65% said they would watch sports without fans in the stands. That number rose to 76% when participants were asked if they would watch a game where athletes were kept in hotels and contact with others was closely monitored. Live sports games have been canceled for weeks because of the coronavirus. Many leagues are now weighing options on how to return as states start to reopen. The good news is that the NFL continues to plan for the upcoming season. The schedule for the 2020 season is officially released tonight. However, plenty of leagues have given insight as to what this upcoming season will look like. Per CBS Sports, here is what we know about the 2020 season so far. For opening weekend, Thursday night football will feature the Texans at the Chiefs on September 10th. Followed on Sunday, September 14th, by the Bears at the Lions, Colts at the Jaguars, Jets at Bills. Then you got the Dolphins at the Patriots, the Eagles at the Redskins, Buccaneers and Tom Brady in New Orleans to take on the Saints. Then you have the Raiders at the Panthers. Monday Night Football will feature a matchup between the Broncos, and we don't know yet. The playoffs are set to begin on January 9th and will run through January 23rd on Championship Sunday. The big game is set to be played on Sunday, February 7th. The official release of the full schedule begins tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. One thing that is for certain in the league's schedule, NFL teams will not play any games outside of the U.S. this upcoming season. The league made the announcement Monday saying it wants to focus on the well-being of players and personnel. According to the NFL's website, 1 game was supposed to be played in Mexico City and 4 games were supposed to be played in London. The Arizona Cardinals, Atlanta Falcons, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Miami Dolphins were set to be home teams for international series games, but now that's not happening. The NFL said it hopes to return to having international games in Mexico and the United Kingdom in 2021. That's it for sports. We'll have more for you when we come back. Stay with us.
Well, reading is a vital part of every child's development, and some area librarians are going high-tech and some going to the farm to connect with Dale's young readers. Starkville, Oktibbeha, and Columbus Lowndes Public Libraries are offering a virtual reading program for kids of all ages. This is one way to give your child an interactive activity and reading session every day of the week. Families can sign up for virtual story times each morning. Coming up tonight at 9 and 10, our Stephanie Poole will have more information on this story.
All right, a chance for some rain and some thunder tomorrow on our Friday. Temperatures in the upper 60s. That system goes away. We are rewarded with sunny skies for your Saturday and Sunday. Mother's Day, of course, chilly mornings, but great afternoons. We stay comfortable Monday and Tuesday, 70s, and then the 80s are back, Scott, and summer returns by the end of next week.
All right, today was a perfect day for that librarian to be out there in the pasture. It'll be a good story. Tune in tonight at 10. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you later.